Hello and welcome to We Are Selling, the podcast brought to you by Realtair. My name's Lee Woodward. Today's interview features Amit Nayak of McGrath, Parramatta, New South Wales. Amit and his effective business unit of 4 have just completed 191 sales for last financial year, with an average sale price of apartments, strata of properties in the 6, 7 and 800s. Amit is under leadership of Con Stropopoulos, and Con has had a huge impact on all the people that he has brought to the McGrath team. Our focus in our tip today is the sense of urgency, immediacy, and the chip and chase of converting business. Let's bring him into the audio. Please welcome Amit.
Thank you very much, Lee. Pleasure to be here.
Great to have you with us, and congratulations on a massive year. What's been some of the highlights and some of those numbers for you?
I mean, this financial year, obviously with a bit of a changing market, Lee, absolutely loving the process. Now, I think in terms of, getting more listings, having good fees, full marketing. So from that point of view, certainly it's been working really, really well as compared to how it was last year, where the market was sort of putting the deal together on its own. So that's been the main point of difference in this particular market.
And you've had some amazing awards this year. What have you achieved there?
So the highlight for myself and the team, Lee, was the highest number of transactions for McGrath. We sold 191 homes last year. So that was the biggest award, walking just on the stage with the legends like Alex Jordan, taking that award from the legend himself, John McGrath. That was the main highlight. On top of that, we had the Real Estate, Institute as well, the REB, the Deal Maker. That was, I think it was number 24 across the country. So that was another good one. More importantly, I had also 2 of my colleagues from the same office. So that was also the cherry on the cake.
Amit, you've had great success in immediacy, a sense of urgency, and actually bouncing along with the client as you're notified of now's the right time to call them. We're ecstatic you're on the Realtair platform and achieving the success that you are. What has the notifications meant to you in your style and technique in how you're converting business?
Now, that was absolutely the game changer. Particularly, it actually allows us to do more transactions and obviously create that sense of urgency, as you exactly said, right? Just to give an example, like, when we send the market, the proposal out, or we send the appraisal, also send the contracts to the vendors and the purchasers to sign, the game-changing thing is just getting a notification either via text message or an email. I had the other day where I sent the proposal to the client. This was a deceased estate. So obviously there was a big family who was involved in the process. There was one executor. He was the one who was making the decision. Nonetheless, so we sent the proposal, got the email that, he has opened the document. What I did was at the same time, I sent him, just a recent sale together with a review of that vendor and said, hey, Lee, just wanted to let you know that this is a recent review that I have received. I had, 6 buyers who missed out. One in particular, I was just having a chat half an hour ago, and I thought he would be the perfect buyer for the property like yours. Now, I would love to mention your property. Is there any question? Did you have a chance to look at the proposal that we sent? And then he sent me a message. He said, mate, I was actually looking at the proposal right now and have a couple of questions. Can we have a chat? So I got on the phone, around 8:30, 8:45 at night. And then he was like, mate, I didn't believe that you're still working and still send me a message. But the main secret was getting that notification via email. And I ended up securing the business too.
An excellent sequence, and you're triggering a situation where you're notified, he's then engaged, you've rung late at night. It shows the work ethic, which is one thing we absolutely love about the signals you send. And that work ethic, you've got the whole team doing that now, Amit.
100%. I mean, in terms of work, Lee, either it's 7 o'clock in the morning or it's 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock at night. Obviously the team's there. In terms of the role, we got our own swim lanes and we all stick to the process and stick to our swim lanes just to have the clarity. There is a very much good clarity on the roles as well. And then that's pretty much to allow us to do 191 transactions. Now the goal next year is around 225. considering the changing market, the main thing we are happy that what we did in the last couple of months, that's also, if I look at my last year around that, August or even July, August last year, the transaction numbers were pretty much the same. That was the main thing, though we would love to still accelerate and finish the year off very, very strongly, in fact.
Very good. So with pitch, sign and sell, proposal side of it, you've got that working well. You know how to rebound off those notifications. The sell side, still in the contracts for you. Have you moved on to the deposit stage where you're collecting the deposit? Have you started using that part of the platform yet?
We haven't yet started doing it, but our office recently tried. One of our staff member did try. They really loved it. We certainly will be doing it. We got a massive event coming in end of January, which we call Super Saturday. Our target is to have 100 auctions. We would have to use that platform without any doubt to make this sort of process streamlined.
And just for our listener, when you're doing 191 deals a year, that's a lot of presenting you've got to be doing each day to keep the pipeline moving. What's a presenting week look like for you? How many presentations or assessments and appraisals are you doing a day?
So my goal is to have 2 listing appointments a day and 2 market appraisals a day. That's as minimum. Or sometime I would just end up doing 3 market appraisals. The eventual goal is to have 5 face-to-face, and that's pretty much for everyone in the team. Now, my goal obviously to have the pitch for the business, secure the business, or just sign the contract from that negotiation part with the buyer. While, the team, they would either have the buyer appointments or they would have the market appraisals. But the goal is, 2 market appraisals and 2 listing appointments a day. And we pretty much, I would say, easily achieve that target.
Amit, as you know, the price update is our way of claiming a door, and claiming doors is exactly what you're doing out there. But one of the things we're doing or suggesting now for people like yourself is blending that up where you may have met me today and you've got my address, you've sent me the price update, but you put the testimonial and review in there because it's 1-to-1, not 1-to-many. So I see my price update. There's my surrounding sales. Then there's a little commentary from you saying, Lee just sold this property for Billy Blogs. This is his phone number. This is the result with the link. Give him a call. Let me know how you feel about that. But using that layering situation, and then you're back to your notification situation that you're chasing me, you give me a price update, the referral's in there or the testimonial. I've opened it 3 times today, and then as you just did in your other sequence, there's another referral, or we say send a link to another listing you've just got saying the buyer who buys this one could be buying your one. And this is where we see people like yourself, Amit, just you got the tech, which is all great, but you're chipping and chasing there to get great results.
100%. Now, talking about the price update, Lee, we started using it very, very recently. We had a campaign on social media, which we were running, just the market appraisal campaign. We had around 300 leads from there. I mean, many of them obviously were cold leads too, but, the time saving thing for us was the price update. So I've got your full name, email address, phone number, and the property address. Just did the price update, send them the link. A couple of clients opened it a few times, and that's when we just went straight on the phone. Be like, hey, look, just wanted to give you a quick call. You have listed a similar properties or sold, similar properties, and started the conversation there just to progress that client to potentially come to the market. So that was really, really, really great tool.
I believe you've always had great business energy and you know how to speak to people. You're fast on your feet. You're sending that work ethic signal that people just love in your area compared to a traditional agent who sends very different signals to yourself. But now you're blending that up with digital not because it's digital, but the notification gives me another chance to go back to them. And I think that's what you've done really, really well. Like you're a powerful street player, but bringing that technology in to enhance your personality is where I just think everyone's got to take a leaf out of that book because I think they see tech as tech and technique as the other. Was it hard for you to blend all that together? How long does it take you to, master the platform like you have?
I don't think it took even that longer. We were sort of forced to use it because the first Super Saturday campaign where we had 30 auctions on site, that was the time we all had to use this. And particularly during the lockdowns while I was sitting like 25 kilometers away from the office, still selling properties. We exchanged 54 contracts in lockdown. I couldn't leave my LGA. So this thing, we had to use it. And let me tell you, this was the best thing we ever used. Like last night at 9:45, we exchanged the contract, obviously through Realtor. I cannot imagine just going and seeing the bar at 7:30, 8 o'clock, getting them signed on actual paper, and then call the vendor who lived 30 kilometers away from here, driving to that place and then signing. Normally you'll be like, hey, look, just leave it for next day, if it's that late. But the vendor just literally signed, at 9:45, exchanged the contract, and, the cooling off started today. So obviously it's win-win for all.
Absolutely fantastic. Amit, you are definitely a modern agent. And I say that with all respect, as I still see people running around late at night with pen and paper on a contract. Whereas today, our immediacy, this whole coaching tip is about chip and chase, but our consumer is digital. They would expect a modern agent to be able to perform the work in that way.
Very easy to use this platform, Lee, and best thing we ever did. So, I mean, if someone out there not using it, I mean, this is absolutely been game changer for my business, and you just got to give it a crack, and you absolutely will love it.
Well, Amit, congratulations. Absolutely brilliant information and a good punchy interview for us today. To you and the team, all the best for 2023, and thank you for joining us on the program.
Thank you very much, Lee. Thank you for having me once again.